Okay, how about it, guys?
Other than the rebounding, you're real happy with how well you took care of the ball and how hard you played?
Yeah. We well, other than our two big guys not playing smart, that's a big thing, and their guy can get you in foul trouble, but we just jumped around, went for every fake and jumped around, had no discipline. It seemed like Doak and Mitch, and unfortunately Clay came in and played great, but we shot it well. We moved it pretty good. Our first shot defense wasn't awful, and but you're right, we didn't rebound it great by any stretch.
27 points, 5 rebounds, 4 steals for Speed. Was that about as complete a game you can remember from him?
Yeah. See, he's been on an uptick basically ever since I think our first or second exhibition game. That was Fort Hays State. So our second one, he's been on an uptick, and he played good against Kentucky also. He was aggressive and made some nice plays. He doesn't rebound the ball. You can go back and watch the tape. There were some balls that he should have got, but he was aggressive, and he showed tonight. What we've been kind of waiting to see is come out and score a lot of points in bunches.
Bill, you've had years where you're not like super deep. Maybe 2012 comes to mind, but never like this thin in the post. What are the challenges for
actually in 2012 we had Withy and Thomas.
And then you had Kevin.
We had Kevin,
yeah.
And we had Justin that could play a little bit. So yeah, that team was a lot deeper than this one in size. But it basically we're just going to have to until we get another player, if we're able to, we're going to have to just Mitch as a backup 5-man, and hope like heck that you can get 40 minutes out of those two. But obviously tonight we couldn't do that.
Easy minutes from Clay Young tonight. Was that ever in the game plan?
Was that part of our game plan?
All of it, yeah. I think it's
No, that was not part. You know what? It's never going to be part of our game plan to see how we can get Clay in there to give us 12 minutes and a half or whatever. Didn't he play like 12 minutes?
12 with us.
Yeah, I mean, he was great, but that's not part of our game. I would, even though I thought Clay played great, I'd probably rather have Udoka in there in most situations than Clay. But he did really well. He bailed us out.
And Bill, it has to go right to have no turnovers in the first half.
Well, they don't pressure. Obviously, probably they don't pressure. The other team doesn't pressure a lot, and which is still fine. I mean, you can still turn it over, and I don't know. I don't know. I thought we were better with the ball. I thought we really drove the ball well downhill. I thought we made the extra pass quite a bit. And I thought Doak did a really good job the few minutes he was in there when they post-trapped. I don't. Usually when you don't turn it over, it's because you're not taking enough chances. But I'm not sure that was the case tonight. I just think we did a pretty good job.
Bill, could you just talk about passing Roy on the career wins list tonight?
That's not really something that needs to be talked about. But I knew that we had the same number after the last game, and I swear I haven't thought about that because I've had other things to think about, to be honest. But I haven't thought about that one time until you just mentioned it, and I won't think about it again. After we leave out of here, but so it's certainly we won a fair share, but in large part because we've had better players, and but yeah, it's nice, but that won't register as an accomplishment though at all.
Did you ask Speed to kind of be more assertive, or did that just kind of happen with his hot start? Or?
Yeah, I think it kind of happened. Yeah, he shot the heck out of it in pregame. I mean, in our shoot around today too. So he's just confident right now.
What'd you think of Mike Thon?
I think he could have had a big night because he missed some open looks to start the game. Mm-hmm. He missed about 3 wide open threes with Doak guarding him, and then the second half he made the same shots he missed. But I think that I don't think he ever got a great rhythm tonight. I don't know if it's because we defended him well. I'm not saying that at all. But he's obviously a very good offensive player. He got a lot of ball fakes and things like that can keep you off balance, and he plays at a good pace. I think he's really a good player. I don't think we saw the best of him tonight, though. I think he's actually, and I'm not being critical of him at all, but I think he's a guy that could get 30 and 15 most every night if he has a good night. And tonight, he just didn't shoot the ball well in the first half.
Udoka's second foul, he left his feet.
On a guard, on a 5'10"
Right.
guard, yeah.
Is that an easy fix, a hard fix for him?
It should be you can play Kentucky and you don't leave your feet once until you get to the second half, obviously, and then you play South Dakota State and you jump around crazy. But he's bad at it, but he's not near as bad as the other guy. Mitch jumps at everything, and that's what's frustrating is when we need Mitch in the game, he takes himself out of the game by not having a lot of discipline. So though they both need to improve, but it's okay if you got 4 big guys. Go after it. If you got 4 big guys, but the whole deal is, for the first half at least, play with your head and your feet, stay down, make little guys score over you, and the first time that Mitch checks in, the first time, Don just does this, and he jumps and gives him basically a layup. So we got to be more disciplined than that, those two.
In practice, does Clay typically guard big guys? I mean, that's who he's
Yeah. Clay and Diedrich are the 2 bigs usually on the red team. So, yeah, he has a little bit of experience guarding some big guys.
Udoka said that you've been kind of urging him to just go straight up with it when he gets the ball. When you see him utilizing those post moves tonight, are you comfortable with him going to stuff like that?
Yeah, but Doak is a guy that he needs not to fake. He needs to go score, and then if he does that, then he can fake after that. He's one of those guys that if he lifts a guy and he doesn't go for it, he's got no move he can come back to yet. I mean, he's just learning. So an up and under move is great, but you got to know they're going to jump, and he hasn't been using that at all. So therefore, it makes it more effective because like when Danny played, I don't know if you guys are old to remember, Danny got his first shot blocked a lot, almost on purpose, because he knows now that defender thought I can get it anytime I want to, and that played right to his thinking. So next play is an and one, because he knows he's going to jump, and Doak needs to go and not fake, and then after he's done that for majority of the time, then they'll go for a fake, and then you can utilize. But he can't be one of those guys to do that. They'll just play above him and wall up, and he won't have a game after that. So the 2 he made tonight were really good moves, but I don't want that to be his go-to at all.
Was there any progress on Billy today?
Excuse me?
Any progress on
No, not to my knowledge. I haven't heard anything to that regard from my administration at all today.
No change.
Yeah, I think that means no difference, so probably no change. Yeah, probably so.
How has he handled this whole situation?
I think he's been pretty mature. I think he's handled it pretty well. He's obviously disappointed and frustrated, as everybody is. But I think he's handled it better than I probably would if I was a kid in this situation.
Anything else? Coach, what do you think about Devontae assist on turnover?
I thought he played okay. Devontae's he's a point guard, but he's a scoring point guard, and he hasn't seen the ball go in the hole during our regular season games so far. He had 2 or 3 rattle in and out, but he doesn't need to get 18 a game. But he's a guy that can get 14 and 10, and so I thought he played well. I didn't see any negatives. I know that he and Malik and Svi were just trying to get to the finish line, because that's as bad as we've had a team cramp up in a long time, and that's as tired as I've had a team play, I think, in a long time. So, I was glad that we could kind of not coast, that's not the right word, but glad we didn't have to push it at all in the second half, because we were just trying to get to the finish line.
Were Vic and Svi as active as you would like, or did they just score and didn't do the other things?
I think that, we played fine, but I don't know. I think Legero could be a great defender, and he's not that yet. So I would say with him for sure he can be more active.
Bill, you kind of touched on it earlier. What makes Mike Dom so hard to game plan for?
Well, he's a 5-man. Well, he's not a 5-man. He's a 4-man that's playing the 5. And if you got a big guy on him, he can stretch it. And most big guys aren't. Like Doak, he's never guarded out on the perimeter and stuff like that. So, and we actually did a better job of guarding him when we put a guard on him. but if you have four around him, especially a four-man that can shoot, it's hard to trap the post. You know, so at least we don't practice that much. So I think that he's, you know, I think he's really, really good. I think he's hard to game plan on because he's you know, got all the ball fakes and good footwork and all that stuff. But we were fortunate tonight because he could have had a big night. He got some good looks. He just didn't make them.
So how does Vic transition from having the potential to be a great defender into the reality of so?
I told him that during the game. I said, you know, do you really think you're our stopper? I mean, not being negative. I said that's not your mindset right now. And I also think people sometimes play to the score some, and guys that really have that mindset, they don't do that much. And so I think there's a lot of things that he can do. You know, he can slide, he can jump, he's quick, he's smart, he's strong, you know, he can fake a screen, he can do a lot of things. But I don't think he plays where it's his mindset like it needs to be. Probably moving forward, playing against a really good perimeter player. We need to say, Legero, take him out. And I don't think we're quite there yet.
You mentioned how tired the team was today. Do you see fatigue maybe being a problem later down the road?
Could be. But I mean, you also got to understand, we played Kentucky and played 6 players and got in at 4 o'clock in the morning too. And, you know, slept a little bit on that night. So there's a reason why they're tired. We'll take tomorrow off. We'll go practice on Sunday. And I can't believe we can't be ready to go on Tuesday.
All right, Coach.
All right, thanks.